This is the back of my Arctic Fox 990 truck camper, and I want to tell you a little bit about a project that I tackled the last couple days, having to do with the Fox landing. And these are the rubber steps on the landing, and the adhesive double-sided tape that they had on this started coming around, and so it started peeling. And this is made up of 3 sections, and so I decided I didn't know exactly what to do, to glue it back on, use a double-sided tape again, or call Northwood Manufacturing and find out exactly what they suggested. They suggested I use liquid nail. I believe this is made by Torque Lift International. I believe that's their name. Anyway, they're the ones that make all the truck camper products, and they suggested that I use 3M industrial adhesive. And so I contacted 3M, told them exactly what I was adhering to, rubber to metal, so forth and so on. And they gave me a couple of suggestions, and I basically narrowed it down to 3M Scotch Weld 847. And what they told me to do was to use a scouring pad sponge, and I cleaned it off first of all with 50-50 alcohol water to clean off the surface. I used a scrub pad to kind of rough it up a little bit, and I also did the same to the underside of the rubber mat. I scalped it up a little bit, take the sheen away, and then I used a rubber, or excuse me, a foam brush, not a rubber, foam brush. And first I used a stick to stir the glue. That's a pint that I got from Amazon. I think it cost me about $45. The alternative would have been to use do-it-yourself type truck bed liner, and I went against that because it wouldn't have matched the remaining rubber mats that I have, and the steps are in the back as well. So I decided to go along with the adhesive. So what I first did, I used masking tape. I laid it down just to make sure that I knew where the edges were all going to be, and then while it was without the new adhesive on the backing, I just kind of marked out the edges with the masking tape, painter's tape. And then I took off the mats, used a scouring pad or foam sandpaper block, I guess you could call it, and I scuffed up the bottom. I scuffed up the paint so that it lost its sheen, and then I used the foam brush and glued it all down. Once it became tacky, both on the metal and also on the underneath of the rubber mat, I then placed it, moved it around. You got a couple of minutes. It's not that quick setting, but it does quick set within several hours. And I pretty much laid it on, and as you can see here, this stuff isn't coming off. It's used for gasket adhesive. It's rubber and gasket adhesive. The application that you're seeing here is probably not perfect for it, but if you have a situation where you have rubber mat that you need to adhere to metal, I highly recommend this stuff. After I put it all down, I took a piece of wood and I put some weight on it. I just happened to have a stack of leftover firewood, and I took a couple of those rocks and I placed it on there and make sure that it kind of had some little forceful, firm contact adhering the two. So you basically had adhesive on the metal, painted on, and then also brushed on the underneath of the rubber mat. and it's a little bit soft, but it's not going to come off. So just wanted to share that little project and give you an idea as to how well this Scotch Weld high performance rubber and gasket adhesive 847 worked for my application.